Okay, so the third sourcing method on my list is going to be newsletter sourcing. Now you might be asking, what is newsletter sourcing? Well, this is whereby the retail stores, the online stores send emails about the offers that they have on right now, and you can use them as a shortcut to, should we say, source for discounted deals or should we say potential deals straight away. So what I'm going to do now is jump onto my computer and obviously we'll give you a live screen share of how to do newsletter sourcing and how it's actually done. So let's jump on the computer now. In this video, obviously we're going to go through sourcing for newsletters. So first things first, we've got to make sure we're actually subscribed to the newsletter. Obviously by subscribing, we're going to get the deals, we're going to get the emails come through, and that's going to help us out. So right now I'm on, should we say, the Cocoon Center, and what we want to do is make sure we can actually get subscribed. So just scroll down, have a look for that kind of like newsletter sign up, so you can see it here. And obviously we want to make sure we're actually fully signed up. So let's put in our details. They type that in now, fantastic. And then obviously make sure we click the register button. So fantastic, so click that. Great, and it says obviously your subscription has been registered. So that means now we've actually got that subscription and we're gonna get those newsletters when they come through. So let's assume now like we've subscribed to lots of different stores. First thing we wanna do then is, that's the first step. So the next bit you wanna do every day is go in to your emails and check what newsletters have come through. So obviously you're gonna get a lot and they're gonna probably go into like your promotions folder into Google, if you're using Google, and obviously because they are promotions or newsletters. So what we've got to do is just scroll down and start having a look through them. So let's have a look at these now. So what do we got here? So, here we go, 50% off Happy Days, Care to Beauty. 50% off sounds good, I like that value. So we've got a date and 50% off on more than 30 brands. Oh, interesting, I've got a lot of brands. That seems like a good promotion, and I like 15% off, and obviously the dates seem pretty good. So let's now click on it. Okay, so first things first, we just landed on the page, and what I'm going to do is just get a feel for like how it's showing. So first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of jump straight in and look for a brand whereby it's the higher discount. So let's go here. This looks pretty good. What do they got going on? We're having a quick look down. There you go. It looks like they've got discounts on here, special price. It looks like they've got the price off automatically, which is great. So you can see them, quite a lot of them here. And then the first thing I'm going to do is probably just choose a product. So we've got here, this one. Let's click on that, open it in a new tab. And I'll open quite a few of them in a new tab because we just want to work our way through. This is just a methodical process, working through. We've got some products now that are discount. Let's go find the same products on Amazon, see if they're profitable. So here we go, Mistela Baby Foam Shampoo Newborns Cradle Cap 150 ml. It's now a special price, not $8.52, but $5.97. I like that. Obviously just going to have a quick look at the image, when we do the product matching. And then what we're probably going to do is just select the title. So let's grab that, right mouse click, and let's search that onto Amazon. Fantastic. Scroll down. So it looks like here, this one looks pretty much it. So yeah, 150 ml. Just kind of having a look there. And the description, the picture look pretty much the same. But the one thing I can see, straight away, there's 4 sellers, which are great, but also I can see that Amazon's on it. And I don't really like selling versus Amazon. Now the other one, I can see that the sale price is $7.85. Now obviously we're going to be buying it for $5.97. And generally speaking, we try to buy something for like half the sale price as a good guide. So just by looking at that as buy and sell price is probably not going to work. So we'll skip that one. Let's go to the next one. So let's have a look at this product. Again, same process again. Let's grab that. Should we say, we've obviously got that, the title, and we know the price is, $2.15. And obviously we've got here the image. So we just kind of keep an eye on that and remember that one. So what we want to do now, obviously, is take this, this top thing, and let's search that in Amazon. Fantastic. And let's have a quick look down. Remember that image in our head, obviously the one we had. We can also double check. Have a quick look down. Is that it? Possibly, but not. I don't think it is. And you're going to find this. Sometimes you might not be able to see them. That's quite common. So let's just check. No, I can't see that one. So that product isn't in Amazon. We could create a listing, but it's not what we're interested in doing. We always just try and find existing products which are selling. So this one here, we've got this product and fragrance 50ml, £11.14. And obviously you see that picture, we can see there, great. It's 50ml, that's great. So what we want to do is grab that image, or should we say text again, let's search that in Amazon. Oh, and we've got 50ml coming up here. You can see that. I think it looks like 2 of them. So it looks like the same product, I think. Just 2 listings, same product. And I can see we've got Amazon on there. Not really a big fan of Amazon. So generally try to avoid that one, even though it's a higher price. And this one's got more sellers on it, but again, the price is, here we've got 5 FBA sellers, better sales rank as well. So you can see that, a nice sales rank. I like that sales rank. And the price is $14.35. Now remember, obviously, we're buying for like 11 something. So we're, I think here, what, 11.14, selling for 11.14, selling it for like, £14, probably not going to work. So skip that one. Let's go to this one. And let's look at this one. Cool, so grab that title. So we've got that, and then we've got £13.12. Nice discount on that, like that, 30% off, that's a good price. And obviously we've got this kind of nice picture here, 750ml. So that's good. Just kind of get a mental image of that picture also when we're doing that sourcing. So, okay, let's grab that, and then let's do searching. So search for, okay, so we've got quite a lot of options coming up here. What do we got? So, remember 750ml is the one we're thinking about. So here you go, 750ml, that one. And there you go, 750ml there. And that one's got 2 FBA sellers. So that one, I'd probably, over 100,000 sales rank in the UK. I'd probably miss that one and look at this one, 2 FBA sellers. Pretty happy with that. And then we've got this one here. So that looks pretty good, but it's $16.55. Now for us, obviously, $16.55 is the sale price. And obviously what we want to do is grab a quick look at this. We're getting $13.12. So $13.12 buy, sell at 16. I don't think that's going to be worth it. So unfortunately, that one's not going to work either. And that's pretty much it. So the idea is you're going to go through, you sign up for the newsletter. You're going to then obviously do that for a lot of newsletters, and every day you're going to go through your emails, and you're going to probably look for ones where like a good discount, and preferably they're going to be from a brand or a store where like they get good discounts anyway, or like they're generally cheap prices. So a discount on top of a cheap price is good, but a discount on a super expensive store isn't good. So just be mindful of that. A discount on a cheap store already is what you're looking for, and then you're going to go through and do that manual process. And as we've seen today, obviously, even with the discounts and things, it just doesn't always work out. We did 4 products today and that didn't work. Okay, so if you want to learn more about newsletter sourcing, what I will do is I'll drop a link above to a video I created before called Finding Amazon Deals from Emails, Step-by-Step Tutorial. Check that out, I think you're gonna love it. Okay, so the 4th sourcing method is called storefront stalking. Now, storefront stalking is simply a way of finding deals by looking at what other Amazon sellers are selling, i.e. you are gonna start looking at their storefront, and then you're going to stalk their storefront to find out, what products they're selling, and then obviously then use the reverse sourcing method to find the suppliers for those products. So what we're going to do now is jump on the screen or jump on the computer, should we say, and show you how storefront stalking is done. So let's jump on the computer now and do that. A good way to do storefront stalking is to find an existing product which already has a lot of sellers on it, which we know are arbitrage sellers. Now, Jellycat is a good one, so let's put that in. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down. You can see here lots of other Amazon sellers, 6, 11, 11, 5. So like, wow, there's lots of people on them. So you can see that, wow, that's probably going to be a lot of people reselling this product, maybe doing the online arbitrage model like us. So, and also, well, look at that sales rank. Wow, that's really going, 10,476. I like that. So what we can do is click on the actual new seller count and see all the sellers here. So, which I really like. I think that's a really cool trick. So you can see all these different sellers and all the other sellers on there. Now, should we say, as we scroll through, we just want to get a feel for who they are and like what their rating count is really good. And I'll come back to that in a bit. I'll come back to that in a bit. So let's open this product now and have a quick look through. So just waiting for all the thousands of tools we've got loaded up. So let's scroll down and actually have a look at, see here it says sold by MRM Fulfillment Limited. Now for us, obviously we know who owns that buy box and who is actually selling it. So let's open up a quick look on them, for example, because we know they've probably got a cheap price and they're going to be working out. So have a quick look. So obviously we can see right here, this is someone, and I don't know who this is exactly, but one thing we can see is they have about 69 rating. So generally not looking too high. We don't want to go over like 250, but also as well, we probably don't want to go down below 10. Anyone between that range is going to be quite useful. So let's go into their products, and you can see here the other products they're selling. It's like 139 of them. And what you can see is, or 139, what you can see is we're looking for those products whereby they're good selling products with the rank, but also there's no Amazon on the listing. That's important. So you can see this one, 11 FBA sellers and sales rank 4,279. Wow, that thing is flying. You can see that in the keeper chart down the bottom right. So let's open up that product right here. Let's wait for that to load. Now for us, what we want to do is take a quick review of the product. And obviously for us, what we are doing is those kind of like checks. So we're going to be checking the buy box price, eligible to sell, dangerous goods, and obviously Amazon on the listing, but we kind of know that already. But also as well, sales estimation. We just want to do our checks to make sure that if we were to go and find a supplier for this product, we would actually be happy with it. So we're going to have a quick look down at Keeper, have a quick look at the information on here. So we're going to look at, should we say, new seller count. And one of the caveats of doing storefront stalking is you get quite a lot of competition. So 67 sellers, there's a lot of competition on that. But also as well, you can kind of get a good feel, like just the drops kind of gives you an idea. But actually, because this is selling quite fast, we really want to be using the sales estimation on like FBA multi-tool, for example. So let's jump over to the calculator. And what we want to do now is find out what is the buy price got to be for our ROI. So let's say, for example, for us, if we're just going 20% ROI, it needs to be at least, maximum £4 and 4 pence. So let's take the text of the product and let's search it into Google. And now we're going to be looking for a supplier. Remember that £4 and 4 pence. So let's kind of scroll down. Fragrance Direct, it's £4.99, so it could be close. Might just open that up. Let's keep going down. What have we got here? Let's keep going through. Let's keep going. So I think that's pretty much it. We could have gone into, obviously you can look at a lot more of those kind of like the links. We're just opening up the 1 or 2 right now. But if you could open up all of them. There's no harm in doing that. So interesting, obviously 10% off, that was interesting here. But this is saying it's out of stock right now. Price is pretty good, close to where we want it, but not exactly, but also out of stock. Now, let's say, for example, it did have stock. Let's just go and put in that price, $4.99, and calculate that profit. What are you going to get? Well, your profit is going to be 0, interesting enough. So for us, unfortunately, that isn't going to be profitable. So that isn't actually a good product there. So what we can do is obviously go back through the Google listing, look at more of those kind of suppliers, or what we could do is go have a look at another product from that storefront of that seller and obviously try and find more products on Google there. Now that's pretty much it about storefront stalking. A couple of top tips I will share with you. Number one, obviously a good way to start is to find kind of like a product where it has lots of FBA sellers on. You'll kind of notice them as you source. You'll just get to know those kind of products. Then you might find some other sellers, look at what they're selling. And then when you go through their list of products, the one thing which I'd really recommend is just understanding about making sure there's no Keep or no Amazon on the listing. And also as well, it's actually selling well. Sometimes sellers are going to sell, should say slow selling items. The other thing I'd always just keep in mind is generally when you're looking at storefront stalking, the sellers who you're going to storefront stalk, should we say, you want them to be around about like at least 10 reviews, but probably no more than like 500. The reason is if they're doing more than 500, they're probably too much of a bigger volume seller and they might have a lower margin than you and you'll find it wasting time. But if it's between like, should we say 10 and 250, you'll probably find that their deal criteria are very similar to yours, and the net result is that you'll find more profitable products more often because that's what they're looking for, the same products as you. Okay, so the fifth and the final sourcing method I'm going to talk about now is called keeper sourcing. Now you might be asking, what is keeper sourcing? Well, basically it is whereby you source items using the Keeper website. What I like about, should you say, this sourcing methodology is that you can input your sourcing criteria, and Keeper is really going to display a lot of products that match your, should we say, sourcing criteria. I.e., like, let's call it like sales rank 15,000 to 100,000 rank in the beauty category with no Amazon on. That's a good example. And then from there, what you can do is a reverse sourcing methodology to find a supplier for those products. That I really like. Let's jump on the computer now, and I'm going to go through how to do this, and obviously it's going to be helpful for you. One thing I will say is you do need the paid for version of Keeper to make this work. So you've got to pay for it, about 15 euros a month. Do pay for it, trust me, it's worth it. But this is the Keeper sourcing methodology. Let's jump on the computer now. Okay, so we're on the Keeper website right now, and obviously we're going to go through how to do, sourcing through using Keeper. So first things first, obviously be on the website, make sure you're logged in as well, and obviously make sure you're choosing the right marketplace. So up here, we're on co.uk. So obviously that's what we're going to be looking at. So amazon.co.uk, and the flag is just the language. So first things first, come over to the data tab, and then we want to go to product finder. Now, quite simply, we've got lots of kind of like weird filters here. Don't worry, don't get confused. So this is going to help us filter all the products within the Keeper catalog to find the ones that we want. So say, for example, here, sales rank. What we can do is obviously kind of enter information. So like, for example, the current from and to, 30-day average, 90-day average, 180-day, or 90 days drops. So there's a lot you can do with it. So let's say, for example, right now, you are looking for products whereby the sales rank might be like, I don't know, let's call it 100 to 100,000. That might be what we're looking at. So cool, so we're gonna put them in. So let's get that in, fantastic. Now, the next one we might be looking at is if you don't want Amazon actually on the listing, then click the Amazon out of stock. And a lot of our sourcing, we don't want Amazon listing, so we'll probably click that. Let's kind of scroll down as well. And we don't have to fill it all out, but what we will do is just kind of fill out the most important ones, which are going to kind of help us. Remember, you can run it once and then change it and update it again. It's trimmed down depending on the number of results. So buy box, here you go. So from us, let's say, for example, from for in our business, whenever we look at like kind of doing sourcing, we might want to put like 22 to 100 pounds, for example, or that might be like a good average sale price we're looking at. Anything less than that, we might not be making enough money, but between 20 and 100 pounds, we'll make a decent profit off the product. Scroll down, and again, we might be looking at different categories or like different texts. So category, let's go here, and you've got a lot of different products. So let's have a quick look through. Beauty, books, business, industrial and science, or business, sorry, CD, vinyl. There's lots of different options you can choose, narrow it down by category, or just have all of them. So for us, let's say, for example, we just want, I don't know, let's call it beauty. Let's go into beauty, fantastic. If we want to kind of like, it has a certain brand you want, you can put it in there, so you can type in that brand name, but also you can do it later. So like, for example, it gives you a drop-down list, or you can leave it open, so it's completely up to you. Now, the final one you might want to consider is something like the new off account. How much competition do you want on the listing? So say, for example, here it's got like, you might want ones which are like quite competitive or maybe not competitive, but I generally think about like, how many you want. So you probably don't want one because that could be dangerous, but you probably want like a couple, like 2, 3, you could put that in, and then maybe up to like a maximum of 20, it's up to you. So you can also do like, off account for live offers on FBA sellers, again, competition between 5 and 10, that might be a case. You want too little, because that could be private label, but also as well 10 is pretty good. So obviously, again, we'll keep scrolling down and have a look at these products, or should they refine the search even further? Let's go down. And you can see there's a lot to choose from here. Now, we've got here 90-day out of stock percentage. So if you are looking at doing like Amazon out of stock, so while we're saying previously we said Amazon out of stock, we said, yes, that means they're out of stock now, but we probably want them to be out of stock 100% of the time to 100% of the time over the last 90 days. So it doesn't mean they've been always selling and today they're out, but they've actually been out of stock for the last 90 days. So we're going to put 100 in there. So that's good. Now, reviews we can do as well. So, if it's a poor product, or maybe they haven't got enough reviews, just started, like we probably might want to review that. So for us, what we can do is obviously put in details in there. It's going to help us out, but it's up to you. Now, again, if you've got like other limitations you're looking at, like around like package, products, weight, maybe you're doing like FBM, you can put that in there as well, and just kind of like maybe make it small items, or perhaps maybe you want to go for like the big items, because other people are against them. So that's where you're going to find your niche. So that's going to be really good. And you can see on the right-hand side, as we update this, that kind of your current filter matches 460. It shows you how many results you're going to get, which is great. So now let's click on Find Products, and that's going to show the results. But here you can see that 460 here, which kind of just updates as you fill in the filters, which is like an amazing kind of update to say, 460, that sounds about right, but maybe I've got 10,000, that's too many. And remember, you're going to get the products and then reverse source them. So let's click Run. And voila, here are the results. Now we've got lots of different products here, and obviously what we can now do is start kind of reviewing them, filtering them. And for us, we're showing right now current sales rank and buy box, who the buy box seller is, and the ASIN. Now you can add in more columns in the top if you want to kind of keep more of an idea, you can, but it's up to you. Now for you, like for us, if you want to just kind of change what's happening in those columns, you can do configure the columns at the top here, and obviously kind of add in different columns, which is going to help you to understand, more about those products, whether it be like Amazon sales rank 30-day average. You can start to see that in, for example, drop that in. There you go, 30-day average, great. And you can see what's happening. So you can see that's now appeared on that. And you can reorder them if you want, so which is really helpful. Okay, so obviously just think about these columns here for a second. And what you can do when you've got these kind of like extra columns up, you can actually kind of like refine those ranges, kind of filter a bit further. Also you can move them around, and that's really useful. So just again, like how you analyze the results that Keeper's telling you is going to be helpful for you. Okay, so you might be wondering also as well, like the different colors on the text here. So we've got like a blue, and then we've got like a red one, the different text. So what does it mean? Well, basically it means that when it's a blue one, you've already opened that product, you've seen it already. And when it's a red one, you haven't seen it yet. So just be mindful of that. It's a good tip to help you understand what you've seen already. So right here, the blue one, you can see obviously the product itself, and you can see the Keeper graph, and right here you can see the buy box price, which is fantastic. Now we can see this product here, Amazon's not on the listing, we can see that by lack of yellow, and also the buy box, who's doing it. We've got 6 sellers down the bottom, the new offer count. And then also as well, should we say, again, we just have a quick look at the drops. I don't really like that methodology, but you can see just by looking at the rank, it's selling really well. And then also a quick jump into variation. There are variations on here, but we're looking at 118 ml. Actually, it hasn't got that many reviews. This is quite low. Out of all the reviews, the bottom one's got 6,000, 2,165. So, and that one's only got 2. So I'd probably skip that one because the listing's selling well, but that one product isn't. So this product here, let's have a look at this one. The graph isn't really what I like. Why? Because it's quite limited. I'm only seeing things the last week. I like to see a lot more data because I want to be able to see a historical preference. So we are seeing 13 drops, but again, I'm just only 63 worth of data, 63 days worth of data. So it's still quite new. Maybe it hasn't settled down. Maybe the data I'm seeing today isn't real. So I'm just going to move on. This one, what have we got here? So let's have a quick look at this. Okay, so we've got buy box, a mix between FBM and FBA, predominantly FBA. Great. And obviously no Amazon. I like that. Now, buy box, we've got 12 new sellers on the listing right now. And I can just look at that sales rank and I can see it's pretty much selling. And then, it says 125 drops, but again, I don't really like that methodology, but you can just kind of use it as a rough guide. I know this is selling way more than 125. And then what we got here. So let's have a quick look at the product itself. And we just want to make sure that we can actually sell this product. So we've got a buy price, eligible to sell, yes. Not dangerous goods. It does say Amazon is selling, which is quite interesting given the fact that we couldn't see that on the Keeper chart. But the one thing which we did see when we looked at the Keeper chart is that actually saw that Amazon wasn't winning the buy box. So we know that Amazon is sharing because other FBA sellers are winning. So let's have a quick look down. What we might do now is just take that product and we're now going to search the title, look for a supplier and do the reverse sourcing methodology with this product. So let's jump here right away. What have we got? 15 mil. This is 18.70, so £18.70. Let's have a quick look at that. What's the sale? So just we can put it in, just test it out. 18.70, and I don't think it's going to work. No, we're going to make a £4.32 loss. Obviously not where we want to be, but the idea is that's what you're going to be doing, obviously putting it in, just making sure you're getting the right price. That's pretty much it. Use the Keeper website, find the products which match your criteria, it's going to really help you out. And then once you've found that, do your checks onto the Amazon listing and then reverse source it to find the supplier. And obviously it does take time because obviously it's not, you're not going to find them straight away, but once you do find them, it's going to really help you out because you're finding the products already that match your criteria. But that is Keeper sourcing. Okay, so today we're going through the complete sourcing guide, and my God, we're going through a lot of sourcing methodologies, a lot about Amazon to really support you. Now, reselling on Amazon, making money on Amazon isn't just about sourcing. Yes, it's one of the most important parts, but there is so much more to Amazon as well. Now, the one thing which I'll say is hopefully you're watching this and finding it useful. If you want to level up your game and obviously start your Amazon business on the right foot, what do I recommend? Well, check out our free 7-day express course. It's a free course I've put together using YouTube videos, using videos from my private collection. It's really going to help you get started, should we say, the express way on reselling on Amazon. I'll drop a link down below, but trust me, you're going to love it. Check it out, and I think it's going to be game changing for you. It's just a really easy way to get into the Amazon ecosystem, learn what you need to learn, and make your first sale. Trust me, check it out. FastTrackFBA Express course. I'll drop a link down below. Now that leads me nicely onto my 6th chapter, some top tips for you. Now, first things first, what I'd really recommend for you, try different sourcing methodologies. Now, what I will say is that using different sourcing techniques can really help you find more deals. So try combining different sourcing methodologies like, I don't know, reverse sourcing plus storefront stalking. Pretty much they are the same. Or maybe even like newsletter sourcing with then leaf sourcing thereafter, or like reverse sourcing. So many you can do. By doing this, you can turn one deal into 5, 10, even 20, and we've seen it time and time again. The second thing I'd really recommend for you is subscribe to different stores and newsletters. This is going to help you get notified of discounts and sales when they happen. So if you want to look up for maybe like cheap products or be updated on when the promotions or sales are happening, you can just go into your inbox, you can check out those newsletters and jump into the right suppliers. Now, the third top tip for you, I'm going to say, is build a list of your top suppliers and products. Why? Well, look, building a list of your top suppliers and products that are, should we say, working really well, where you're finding the great deals, it's just going to help you form, something called a replenishables list. Now, these are going to be products which you can reorder. They might not be reorderable all the time, but they will become back in and out of stock, and obviously you can jump in, check them, and reorder them. That just saves you time. Now, having that replenishable list is game changing. For me, my business, without it, I could not scale to 7 figures. So trust me, do it. Now, what I will say is after finding products, to analyze, you might want to consider watching a video we created called Keeper Basics. Keeper is something amazing. It's about understanding, analyzing deals. And trust me, I've done a bit here, but there's so much more. Check out that video. I'll drop it around here. But hopefully you've enjoyed this guide. This is something that has taken a long time to put together. Give me a big thumbs up if you have. And hey, if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below. But for myself, Thomas Parkinson and FastTrackFBA, thank you very much.